Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl Rachel with Nighttime Mommy Reviews, and today we're going to be going over some of my favorite Ninja Foodi Grill accessories that I use with my Ninja Foodi Grill. Some of them you've already seen in some of my videos, such as the springform pan. I made cheesecake in the Ninja Foodi Grill, you guys. Be sure to check out my channel for that. I have the recipe and the ingredients and everything you need to make a cheesecake in the Ninja Foodi Grill. And this is just an Instant Pot springform pan. So you guys can see, this is a springform pan that I use in my cheesecake video. It just makes it easier to remove the cheesecake from there nicely. I have used the kebab sticks. These are amazing. I actually found that some of the Ninja Foodi Grills do not come with the kebab sticks, which I found surprising. I thought they all came with it. I know the Pro will come with all of the accessories, but the regular version, if you bought that like I did not. So this is definitely one of the accessories I love to use. I used it in my shrimp video. You can make shrimp in the Ninja Foodi Grill kebab style. You can do chicken kebabs. There's so much that you can do with the kebab sticks. I also use these silicone mitts in my Ninja Foodi Grill, and I'll show you guys what I do with them. They're really nice. They cover most of my hand up to my knuckles. So they're not like the little ones that you've seen that are like just pincher status, where they're at the tip of your, like up to your first knuckle right there. Let me show you. Like up to here where it's just little pincher ones. No, these ones are actually, they cover half of your hand, and they're really nice and they clean nicely. I also have my roasting rack, which I use to bake. I know that sounds surprising, but I can bake most of my recipes that I'm used to baking in my oven with this roasting rack. It just lifts the pan up just a little bit so it can cook evenly versus being directly on the hot base pan. So I like this for baking, but you can also use this for roasting. That's its purpose, but I found that I can bake with the roasting rack. I also have the veggie tray, and I will show you guys how I use that. You can make veggies on top of the grill, and you can also do eggs. So I did breakfast sandwiches with it, and you guys will see how I do that as well. And last, well, not last, I have one more. The silicone muffin or egg. You guys, if you have an Instant Pot and you have the silicone mold, you can make egg bites in the Ninja Foodi Grill. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, because I'm going to be showing you guys how to make egg bites in the Ninja Foodi Grill using this egg mold. It is super nice. You can have them just like you go to Starbucks and you spend a couple bucks on an egg bite. You can do the same thing in the Ninja Foodi Grill and prep them for the week. Now, if you did not get the Pro, there's one other thing, and this is the last thing. I have this Thermo Pro probe, temperature probe, that allows me to cook my meat, and it's magnetic, you guys. And I'll take off the tips. Cook my meat using the probe, and they have little connections right here. Let's see. There's 2 of them with this specific model, and you can have up to 2 going at a time. So you just plug it in. This is the nice thing about this probe, is that you can select the meat that you want to make. So right now it's flashing chicken. It automatically has the temperature that you need, and then you can go to barbecue, to well done, medium well for steak, and then you have rare. You have your ham, your, I wouldn't know, pork basically, and it has your different temperatures. You can set it and it will start beeping when it's finished, and I have that in my chicken breast video, which you can check out on my channel as well. All of these items, if you're interested in them, I will have the links in the description below. At no extra cost to you guys. If you click on the link, I am an affiliate with Amazon, so it just helps me to help you guys, to give you guys free content every week. So if you guys want to purchase them, I will have the links in the description below. But this is my Thermo Pro It is amazing. I want to say that I am able to cook my meat every single time perfectly because of this thermometer. A lot of people, they have the thermometers, and if you check out my chicken video, I show you how to insert the probe into the meat so that you can get it right. You want the tip to be at the fattiest part of the meat, not at the skinniest part. You want it at the part that is the thickest so that it can give you the accurate temperature of that area, because obviously you want everything to cook evenly, but if there's a juicier part of your meat, you want the tip in that part so that it can give you the temperature of that portion as well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started with using the accessories. Some of them I don't use in the video, but most of them I do. So be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more Ninja Foodi Grill recipes coming to you guys every single week. I'm going to have a new video on the Ninja Foodi Grill. But for now, let's go ahead and dive right into the accessories for the Ninja Foodi Grill. Okay guys, let's get a little bit more in depth with the thermal probe. I want to show you guys that on the back you can select whether you want to have, let's see if I can get it to focus, whether you want it to say Celsius or Fahrenheit, and then also this is where it has pre-selected meats where I showed you at the beginning of the video, or you can choose to set the temperature or the time that you want it to cook. So you can say, you know what, I want it to cook for 10 minutes, let me know when it's done. You can do that, but because we have the Ninja Foodi Grill, you guys, we already have the timer on there. It's going to tell us when the time is done and it's going to beep. So I like to use the center selection where you can select the type of meat that you're going to cook, and it will not shut off, nothing along those lines. It will continue cooking and will let you know the temperature of the probe that is inserted on the right side. This is the temperature that you set. This is the temperature that is actually happening in your probe. So this is a neat, nifty device to have for your Ninja Foodi Grill if you want to cook your meats just right. It comes out perfect every time, you guys. I am not kidding. I love this thing. It helps me so much. Okay, so we're going to start by turning on the grill, doing medium for the grill at 450, and then the time, we'll just leave it at 10 minutes. We're not going to need it longer than that. We'll click start, but we need to shut the lid. Before we do, I'm going to take my oil spritzer, and I'm just going to spritz the veggie tray, and that's just so that the egg doesn't stick. Go ahead and close the lid, allow it to preheat, and then once it's ready, we'll go ahead and add our ingredients. Okay, so now this is what we're gonna do. Okay, I need to make room. See the mitts? They fit perfectly, because if you need to move anything, like I want to move the veggie tray to the side, it covers your hand. They're not like the other little silicone mitts where they're about just the fingertips. They cover a good portion of your hand up to my knuckles, and they feel great. So they're not cheap, they're pretty thick, and I don't burn my hands, and I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and add the eggs to the veggie tray. And there's just 2 eggs scrambled. You can do, you could just crack the eggs right in if you wanted. And I'm just doing buttered sourdough buns, and then just 2 slices of turkey bacon, and they all fit in there perfectly. So now we're gonna just close the lid for about 4 minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, so we are 4 minutes in, and everything is looking great. The eggs are just about done, so I'm going to go ahead and add cheese to allow that to melt. The sourdough bread is nice and crispy, so I'm going to bring those out. And for the last final minute, that's where I'm just going to go ahead and put the cheese on. Let's get the cheese. And I'm just doing 2 slices here. Okay. I'll move the bacon up, or the turkey bacon. I'll let that go a little bit longer. Alright. And we'll go the last 40 seconds. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my bacon to the buns here. And this is what I like to do. I take my oven mitts and then I just bring these right out, the eggs. Now, I'm going to use one here. I have this spatula, still to this day have no idea what it's called. I'm sure that there's a certain name for the spatula, but it curves a certain way, which allows me to kind of pick up the egg in the veggie tray and fold it, and it's a nice fluffy egg, so that I can have a nice fluffy egg sandwich. And then I just put my bacon, and there you have it. A breakfast sandwich in the Ninja Foodi grill, and the accessories I used were the silicone gloves, the spray, and the amazing veggie tray. It fits nicely in the Ninja Foodi grill. It's, I want to say half the size, or just a little bit smaller than half the size of the grill grate itself. But yeah, that's those 2 accessories, or those 3 accessories, and we'll continue on with the accessories. Okay, so now what we have here is the roasting rack. Now this can be used obviously for roasting, but what I like to use this for is baking, because it raises the dish just enough that it won't burn at the bottom. And I figured out how to bake a cake in the Ninja Foodi grill, which I am going to show you guys. So using the roasting rack, you just place it into the base pan, you turn on your grill, and for baking, the secret that Ninja asks or says is, if it says 350 degrees for the recipe, then go 25 degrees lower than that. So we're gonna do bake, and it says for 350, so we're gonna do 325. And we're using, let me show you guys, about an 8-inch round pan to fit right in there. So it does say for about 34 minutes. 34 to 38. So let's do 35. So we'll go ahead and hit start. We're gonna allow this to preheat, and I've already made the batter, which you just follow the recipe. This one specifically asks for 1 cup of water, a ½ cup of oil, and 3 eggs, which I've already done. And all I will do now is just put it in the pan, half of it, because it calls this recipe, or this box can do 2 8-inch rounds. So I'm only gonna do half of the mix in the pan, and then I'm gonna cover it, and I'll show you guys what to do next. While it's preheating, I did want to show you guys, all I did was coat the pan with grapeseed oil from the spray bottle, and put parchment paper so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And now I'm going to add the cake batter. Okay, now that our grill is preheated, what I'm going to do is use this aluminum foil. I am going to cover the cake, and we're going to cover the cake for 15 minutes, just 15. So I kind of leave space at the top because the cake will rise, and it won't look pretty if it sticks. So I just kind of leave an air bubble kind of on top of it, if you guys can kind of see. And this is where the mittens come in handy as well, because you can get close to the base pan and you're not going to burn your hands. Now, you could use mittens, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it kind of is tough to have both mittens on both sides with the thicker mitten. So there's more chances of spilling. You just have to be careful, but this makes life so much more easier if you could just slip your hands in and you're still kind of slightly touching the base pan, but you're not going to burn your hands. So now we're gonna go ahead and close this for 15 minutes, and then we'll be back to take off the aluminum foil and allow it to finish cooking. Okay, so we are at the 15-minute mark, and what I'm gonna do is just take my little silicone gloves. It just helps me, otherwise I gotta get my tongs. It will look gooey and gross on top and still wet. That's perfectly normal. All you're going to do is just, let me move it to the center. All you're going to do is just take off the cover and let it finish cooking. That is it. So we'll let it finish cooking and we'll be back. Okay, we're coming up on the last about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And we're just gonna do the toothpick test. And it's clean as a whistle in the center. So we can go ahead and bring it out. And we can allow this to rest for about 10 minutes to allow it to cool. And then we could cut into it. But nothing looks like it's sticked on the side, so it's perfect. Not too pretty on the top, but you can always cut that off. Again, there's 2 of them that you can make with that one box. So cut it off, put some frosting, add the second layer, and it's good. It's great actually. So we're gonna let this cool, and we'll take a look. Okay, and there you have it. We have our perfectly cooked cake in the Ninja Foodi Grill. Let's see if I can zoom and focus. Oh, it's not gonna allow me to focus, but you can see the cake is nice and moist. It's perfect, you guys. The top is crunchy, which I like, but you could cover it longer if you didn't want it crunchy. But the cake comes out perfect with the roasting rack at the bottom. I have found that when I put the pan directly into the base pan, the baking pan directly into the base pan here, without the roasting rack, the cake will burn for some reason. That's just what happens when I do it. I don't know about you guys, but it does happen for me. So I put the roasting rack, and it's kind of like the roasting rack doesn't heat up like the base pan does, obviously. So it allows it to kind of keep everything even and the air to circulate and to cook the cake evenly. And I like the mittens just because it makes things easy to grab in and out of the Ninja Foodi Grill without burning your hands, and you can stay close to the base pan itself. The oil spritzer is nice because, again, you can spritz all around and you're not having to rub it with your hands. You just spritz and it's good to go. And I don't really want to waste my grapeseed oil because it is expensive, and even if you have avocado oil, this comes empty. So you can put your own oil in there. Okay guys, and that is it for the Ninja Foodi Grill accessories. I do want to get more accessories for the Ninja Foodi Grill, and as I start to use them, I will let you know what I think of them. I have not bought the griddle yet, but that is one of the things I will try and test out. And if it's something that I fall in love with, I will definitely bring that to your attention. These are just some of my favorite Ninja Foodi Grill accessories that I use with my Ninja Foodi Grill. I don't want to recommend something that I'm not absolutely in love with. So these are the products I love. I will leave the links in the description if you guys want to purchase them. But other than that, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Ninja Foodi Grill recipes every single week. You guys have a great night.